Oh, hey, did you know that I offer mentoring sessions now? That's right. You can book one session, 4 sessions, or a group of 10 for a great price. As a child development specialist, mom to 10, Nana to 6, I am here for you. We can talk about all things parenting or homeschooling, whatever you're struggling with. So check it out on the website, kathyeggers.com. Schedule your session today. Can't wait to talk to you. Welcome to the Play Skillfully podcast. I am your host, Kathy Eggers, and we are here to talk about ways to cultivate connection and the wonder of learning with our children. Hey, grab a cup of coffee or a glass of wine because this is going to be good. Welcome to the podcast. I am so glad you're here. If you are tuning in for the first time, I want to say welcome. On this podcast, we talk about all things play. We talk about connection. We talk about parenting. We talk about homeschooling. It is what I'm most passionate about. So today, we're going to go through one of our character traits. If you use a year of playing skillfully, you know that every month I make a podcast episode for you about the character trait of the month. This month, the month of May, we're talking about all things helpfulness. Y'all, that's a great topic. Helpfulness. I think little children naturally want to be helpful. So this is pretty easy. It's more like how do you get them to be helpful at the right time, because it's usually when you're busy or you're trying to get dinner out or you're trying to get the coffee made quickly in the morning because you need the coffee and they're over wanting to put the scoops in or pour the beans in. And so let's talk about what it looks like for a little child to be helpful. And, again, we're talking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, those early years when kids are just really learning how to navigate their world, order, what that looks like for them. So when we think of helpfulness, I immediately think of little children picking up their toys. What do you think of when you hear the word helpfulness for little children? And it is, I think of cooking too. It's probably the second thing because they're like, I help. I help. And you're like, yes, you do. You help. They want to crack the eggs. They want to do the dishes. They want to do all the things. Now, when it comes time to pick up those toys, they don't necessarily want to do that. So it's how do we work this system in those early years? Well, what I want to say to you is like every other character trait, you've got to model helpfulness. If you're not a very helpful person, if you're sitting there watching your partner bring in all the groceries and you're like checking your phone, that doesn't appear to be very helpful. So maybe if you're carrying in all the groceries and your partner comes along and helps you, you could say something like, thank you so much for helping me. That was really heavy. I needed the help. Or if you're helping them, hey, I'm coming to help you. I see you've got your hands full. Let me help you. So you model that helpfulness. One of my favorite ways to model that helpfulness is if we are grocery shopping. And this is when, I don't have my hands completely full. Maybe I just had one child with me, but I could say, hey, let me take your cart for you, especially if there was an elderly person or someone who was having a harder time navigating putting that cart back, to say, hey, let me get that cart for you. Let me take that back for you. Or if someone, even now, if I'm, at the grocery store and I have, even if I have a lot of groceries, but somebody comes behind me and they don't have very many groceries, be helpful. Let them go first. Or especially if I see a mom with little kids, helpful. If I only have one kid. So if I have my grandkids, maybe just one of them, and we see a mom with 3 kids and her groceries, let me help you. Now, I am careful. I have noticed because I have no problem helping somebody, and especially if I see a mom with her hands full, I want to jump in. And so I remember the other day I was passing by, I was at Costco, and this mom had a little baby in her pouch. And I'm like, she was trying to lift water. And I'm like, can I help you put that water in the car? I mean, and she let me do that. But then I think she looked at me a little eerie, like, why are you in this parking lot helping me? And well, I simply was doing it because I too have had my hands full with kids and trying to figure out how do you do this. She didn't know that. She probably thought I was some creepy stalker after her baby because she did kind of give me the look. And I read the room and I said, oh my gosh, you've got this. I helped her with the water. Have a great day. I stopped there. So I guess it is knowing when to jump in and when not to when you're modeling helpfulness. Doesn't help to, I mean, I guess I wasn't really modeling it for any kids because I was by myself. But when you're with your little ones, you can model helpfulness for them. You can acknowledge and just talk through, like everything else, talk through, what you're doing so that they know that, you're trying to be helpful and what that looks like in real life and that you're going to help. Can I help you cook dinner? Can I chop the onions? What can I do to help you on this, on this task that you're doing? And then your children, you can say, hey, do you want to help me? You can invite them into a task. Think about what is it that they can do? Can they crack the eggs? Many kids, it's hard for them to crack the eggs, to be honest. That's something that's frustrating for them, or eggshells are everywhere. Tip on that, I never let them crack the eggshells into the mix. They do it in a little bowl. If we need to retrieve some shells, we do it there before we add it in. That helps, keeps everyone less frustrated. But just start with small things like that. Do you want to help me with the coffee beans? Do you want to help me vacuum? Do you want to help me, with this? And those kind of things are most always going to want to say yes. And when it comes time to like cleaning up and picking up toys, you might have to say, okay, in 5 minutes, we're going to clean the toys. And they might, I don't want to clean the toys. We're going to pick up 5 toys in 5 minutes. So which 5 are you going to pick up? I'll pick up 5 too. We'll help each other. Helpfulness. You help me, we'll do it together. Make it lighthearted. It doesn't have to be obey your mom the first time when she tells you to pick up the toys. You must have obedience. You guys, really, that doesn't teach our kids about obedience. That authoritarian, you must do it now. It's so much better if you come at it from a lighthearted attitude. Isn't it great if we teach our kids to not mind cleaning up, that we can have fun, we can turn on the music, and we can help each other? I think that's a much healthier way to live. I mean, even as an adult, I prefer if someone's with me, if we've got the music going, we're cleaning up and we're laughing, we're talking. It makes all those mundane chores so much easier if someone's joining in doing it with you. So don't be scared to jump in and have fun and help your kids clean. You're no less of a mom if you're helping them make their bed, if you're helping them pick up their clothes, if you're helping them pick up their toys. What they learn is working together is fun, and working together is valuable, and helping one another is something that's natural and normal and what we should do. So I would say, as often as you can, be willing to jump in and help them on those tasks. Now, you don't want to take over if they are, let's say they're doing a puzzle and they are frustrated a little bit with it. Don't immediately jump in. Pause, observe, and then just say, would you like me to come in and help you? No, I got it. Awesome. If you want me to help you, let me know. So, those are things with helpfulness. You have to know when to step in too. And then with them, again, ask them to jump in with you. And if they say no, they don't want to help you, leave it at that. Don't make it such a big deal. Again, cleaning up is different. I'm talking more like in the kitchen. If you say, hey, do you want to help me make some cookies? And like, no big deal. It's not like, oh my goodness, they didn't want to work with you. Just no big deal. We don't have to make everything a big deal in parenting. Some things really are no big deal, and they just weren't in the mood to help. And that's okay. Now, when it goes back to things that we need to do, like clean up, yes, they do need to participate in that. But again, how you approach it really does set the tone for that. So be willing to change and adjust and be flexible as you are teaching them to help and do those what we would call chores or even contributions. We used to say in our house, how are you going to contribute? What are you going to do to contribute? How are you helping? What are you going to do to help? And kids, again, raking the leaves. They love to do outside, picking weeds together. Those are ways to be helpful. Notice I keep saying together. You've got to remember, and it's a term I use all the time, developmentally appropriate. Developmentally appropriate. Young children they truly cognitively don't understand a lot of the things that we expect them to do as adults. We often expect them to understand several part instructions when that is too much for them to process. We need to keep instructions short. We need to keep them to the point. We need to do one at a time. We're going to go outside, then we're going to pick the weeds. It's not, we're going to go outside, we're going to pick the weeds, we're going to put them in a pile over here, we're going to take that pile and put them in a bag, we're going to take that bag out to the trash. trash. We're gonna give them one part instructions when they're younger. We're gonna keep it small bites for them to take and put into action. So inside helpfulness can be feeding the pets. It's a great way to be helpful. Helping you walk the pets. It's a great way to be helpful. If they're an older sibling, helping grab the diapers and the wipes, they love to be helpful with that. Reading a book. Can you sit here and read a book to baby while mommy's feeding the baby? Great way to be helpful. Those are ways they enjoy that. Can you help me out by washing your own hands because I'm holding the baby? Can you get me a washcloth so we can wash the baby's hands? You give them small step instructions, small chores to be helpful with inside. Again, even washing the dishes, knowing they're probably not going to get washed the way you need them to be washed, but sometimes even if they think they're being helpful when it's maybe not all that helpful, still that is a great confidence booster for them to let them. Kids love to wash dishes. So put some of your plastic dishes in the sink and let them wash away. Put a towel on the floor because it's probably going to be messy, but it gets them in the habit of helping and celebrate that. Acknowledge that. Now, it's not, I'm so proud of you, because we don't want to raise kids who are always looking around for their sticker, for their reward, right? We want to say, wow, look how big you are. You were able to wash those dishes all by yourself. You did that. So we're building that confidence in them without them looking to us for that praise. Does that make sense? It's different. It's the praise is I'm so proud of you. I like the way you did that. Instead, wow, you really did that. You did that all by yourself. You worked hard on that. You acknowledge, of course, and you can say, I'm proud of you. Of course. I'm not saying don't say I'm proud of you, but don't make it all about you. Make the focus them, because if you turn it back on you, then they're just going to keep looking at you, looking at you, looking at you. So those are some good insight. You can have inside helpfulness things they can do. They can also do things like match the socks, help you sort the laundry. Whose clothes are these? Whose clothes are these? Sometimes a little bit older children can carry the laundry to bedrooms and help you with that. There are so many different small tasks that really are helpful to us as parents with many children, or even a few children, even one child. So give them some ways to be helpful. They can set the table. They can help take their plate over to the sink. They can pour, if you have small pitchers, they can pour their own water or their own drink. Those are ways they can be helpful. Outside, there's lots of ways they can be helpful outside. Again, we've talked about pets. Depending on if your pets are inside or outside, they can do that. They can help rake leaves, or they can help walk the trash out to the trash can. Now, you might have to go with them because it's heavy and they might not can do that themselves, but they might can carry a small bag of trash from the bathroom and carry that out to the trash can and be a part of that. So there are ways you can get them. Again, our goal is to establish these character traits in these early years, because most of a child's characters develop in those first 7 years, who they are at their core. We can grow, of course, we can change, but you're really imprinting on their brain and on their heart that character in those early years. So you want to just create habits, and you want to create positive association with those character traits. And again, I can't say it enough of how important it is to do it together. Instead of expecting them to go sweep a little area with their little broom, you get a broom, they get a broom. You have a dance party. If you need to mop the floor, let them have a squirt bottle and a towel. Let them be mopping, or have a small mop while you're mopping. It's an attitude of I'm here for you as the child. I'm including you as the child, and to teach you as a child, not the I'm here to instruct you or demand of you, and you have to obey me and help. There's a difference there. So I want to encourage you to notice that difference. And if you see yourself inching over that, bring it back. And again, one of the best ways for me is just think of fun, and how can I turn this into something that's silly? And yeah, you might be sitting there going, but Kathy, life isn't always silly. We have to do chores all the time. I don't want to make my bed every day, but I make my bed every day. Yeah, so do I. But a lot of times I'm singing in my head and I'm thinking about my day, and I'm positive about making my bed. It's not like this, I dread making my bed. I have a good attitude about it. And I just try to set that tone with the kids. Have a good attitude about making your bed or picking up your toys or how good it looks when your bed is made. It does. I walk in my bedroom so differently if my bed's not made. I do walk in and go, but it's made 95% of the time. So make that fun. Y'all, all of this can be fun as we do it. Helpfulness. It's not a hard one to teach, really. It is one that takes effort because you hopefully are helpful. And if that's what you are, your kids are going to see it. And if they see you helpful, you're going to go to the store one day and you're going to see them walk up and go, "Let me take your cart for you." And you're going to be like, "I never taught them that." But they watched you do it. Or you're going to see them in line like, "Mom, let's let her go. She has babies that are crying." And you're going to be like, where did they learn that from? They've watched you all these years. They've watched you help. "Oh, I've got that, Mom. I can carry that. I'm strong." Thank you. They watch us, they see us, they become us in so many ways. And I know we always say, "I don't want to be just like my mom." But y'all, so much of who we are is what we saw and how they did it. And then we do it the same way. And so with all these character traits, pay attention to not only how you're teaching them to do it, but how are you doing it? How are you living it out? You be helpful. You be helpful. Don't be someone who withholds that from your children. Help them, help your friends, help your partner, help your parents if you're fortunate enough to still have them. Be a helper. Gotta close with Mr. Rogers. You know that if you follow me at all, you know that I am Mr. Rogers' #1 fan. If I could have started a fan club when I was like 5, I would have started it for him. In the crisis, look for the helpers. When things are scary, look for the helpers. Man, what does that mean? Look for the helpers. Who's the one out there going, "Hey, how can I help? Let me help. I've got this. I brought a meal. I brought you a little pick me up. I want to get the kids so you can have a break. I see you." That's what helping says. I see you. Let me help you. And our kids see that. And then they become helpers. And then as you get older, they start helping you. It's pretty special when they do that. My boys are now like, "Mom, let me carry that for you." I'm like, "No, I got this. I'm strong. Let me carry that for you." Okay. Helping is a beautiful thing. And hopefully your children will see you helping and it will be natural for them to be a helper as well. Hey, I have great news, by the way. Our summer curriculum is on sale right now. $15 off. I don't know that we've put it on sale that much ever. Not only is it $15 off, you get, if you buy it, you get the free plans to our mud kitchen. We just released them. We just made them homemade. We did it inexpensive. It's a great play space, great value. You can buy it on our website, those plans, $12.95 if you already have the summer curriculum. But if you don't, you can get summer curriculum on sale now. The code is Slow Summer. And if you buy it, we will email you the Mud Kitchen plans for free. I am so glad you're here. We're going to be back next episode talking about how to have summer fun without breaking the bank. Thanks so much for listening. Thank you so much for listening to the Play Skillfully podcast. Don't forget to follow us on your favorite listening platform. Check out our products at kathyeggers.com. And if you want to save 10% on your first order, put in the code PS Podcast at checkout. And lastly, find a way to say yes today.